ladies and gentlemen, with a 1-0 series lead, it is going to be Team Invidious heading up over Synapse Gaming once again. Scott Ranconius Rankin, joined by the ever... I'm not even sure what to say this time.
I'm
Josh
something.
Nightfall Campbell.
Yeah, I'm the ever Josh Nightfall Campbell. That's what I am. I'm now an adjective. I'm my own adjective.
The ever
Oh,
Nightfall
gosh.
Nightfall. The ever falling at nighttime Nightfall.
I fall a lot. It hurts. I need to somehow stabilize my legs. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, straight game number 2, picking fans. Bees and bees. Yes. So Loki first banned. Interesting. Away from banned from Invidious. Interesting. First ban. Really don't like that pick. Athena as well, and away from Synapse is the return, and then Ratatoska, of course. No one likes Ratatoska, except apparently Rose.
This is identical setup. This is absolutely identical setup coming out of Invidious to their last game. I'm not gonna stop calling them that. It's just so natural to call them that.
Yeah, I did that last week as well. Ao Kwang, last ban for the first phase of the banning stage, banned away. And Thor, first pick again for Mason. He played so well on that last game. He didn't die once, no matter how aggressive he was, and he was aggressive, participating in 13 of 14 of those kills last game.
So maybe he's chasing down the Maxon kill participation percentage.
What was Maxon at? Was he at like 80 something?
85. He was at 85%.
Whoa, that's massive. That is huge.
That doesn't elucidate a 4.
I need to get back into the 4s. I've taken out the P, H, and the W. Now it's just like but anyway, yeah. Anyway,
and sometimes you do it in reverse. P's and B's up on the screen in front of you. Thus far, Athena getting banned out is going to be the last ban coming through from the side of Synapse. Just a generic dartboard ban, as Crit likes to call it. I really like that term because it's just like, all right, it's good. I'm just gonna say you play it. Alright, yeah, we banned it away. Anyway, Thor and Apollo Bologna are gonna be our first round of picks from both sides. So, Freemason, another check in the Thor box. He's picked it again. Apollo and Bologna gonna be coming through as the reply to steal away that Apollo late game hypercarry from Rana Barana.
Interesting. Bologna makes it through. First game of night that she is able to be played. Like we mentioned in the last set, Bologna is super strong. Her team fight potential is just so good. She can stay in fights with that Scourge. Her damage coming through with the Bludgeon is super strong as well. And that Ultimate Eagles rally buffing up all of her allies and stunning anyone who gets hit by it. It's just so strong. It's on such a low cooldown. It is getting nerfed, however, in the next patch that does come through this week with Kipri, which is going to be super fun and awesome. But the reply picks from Invidious are Scylla and Gib. Interesting. So
I have a feeling our second bans didn't show up. Okay,
Did
anyway,
they...
let's move on. Let's just totally ignore that. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Maybe it did actually happen, but it did happen in text conversation between the two teams, just to ensure that they did not glitch out and make sure they got that third ban through. We're not going to be able to see that one if that is the case. So unfortunately, that is just a restriction of the way this is being broadcast. But either way, Geb Scylla is going to be once again the composition, and
it's
this
the same
just
comp.
feels like it has a nice home here from the side of Invidious. They just put it to use so well.
They're playing what's well for them, and they're not deviating. They're not trying new things. You know, if something's not broken, don't fix it. So, well, in this case, their team comp is broken, and High-Res should fix it because it's doing so well. The Scylla, the Geb, the Thor, again, the setup and the late game damage coming through is just massive. Agni, the last pick, not the last pick, the Agni fourth pick coming through from Synapse for Agony. Agony on Agony. Please stop playing that. No, I'm kidding. It's so difficult to say, but anyway, Agni super strong with those Rain, Fire, Flame Wave combo, and the variation in his stun. He can combo it with his Path of Flames, well, any other ability is his
any of
noxious
his
fuse.
abilities. Any
Yep.
of his 3 other abilities.
That's why I like him so much. He's so good. You could just use that stun however you want.
His damage is so versatile. Yeah, you miss
Yeah.
one bit, but you're not out of damage, and you're not out of a stun either. That's the good part about it. Rana Barana. Okay, I was about to say Ula. He has played. He is a big fan of Ul, but also on his god list, I feel like he would have played a lot of Ram this week as well, in preparation because of the amount that was picked up in the summer split finals. Ram has suddenly skyrocketed back up to the top, obviously with the Vitalis coming back to the force. Ram makes really, really good use of that. And more often than not as well, you're going to be seeing a Ram go Dev's Gauntlets and that Death Toll for early sustain, get himself through lane, and it works with the Vitalis build. We've seen that so much. But Ula can do exactly the same thing. His only worries are those mana issues early, and depending upon what he's into,
He'll just go
I'm
straight
gonna
for
say it's Anher.
Transcended.
I'm gonna say
On
it's
her.
I'm gonna say it's Heart's Boom, pretending to pick up. He has picked up Anher. Gonna 100% say that is Heart's Boom on Anher, just to give Rana Barana some fire breathing down his neck on that left-hand side of the map before he gets out of control.
Interesting. Double AD comp. We haven't seen this in a few months. Well, 1.5 months if I recall correctly. Back when triple AD comp and 2 Guardian was the thing. That was fun.
My favorite
Not at all.
path. It's gone.
So that's going to be Apollo in the solo lane up against Odin. Interesting. So Apollo, the only way he can get out of a ring of spears is that across the skies. But if Odin and I assume Freemason will be there whenever they deal their damage, I don't think that Elucidate is going to be able to get out of there unless he gets a good mesmerize. Words are hard. Shall we jump straight into this game rank?
Yeah, I agree with you at least on the... If he doesn't get the Mez, he's going to get Berserker Barrage, and he's going to be sitting there still until he gets up into the Across the Skies. No dot damages on that side of the map, so at least he's not going to be chased by dots across the skies. We'll be fine if he does get up. Yes, I agree. Now let's get into that game. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 very short minutes, Nightfall and I will be bringing you game number 2 from this set. It is Synapse versus Invidious. Don't go anywhere.
Transform.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whilst you may have been sitting here listening to music and looking at a countdown timer, I have kept our lovely guest here. Nightfall, would you like some more wine? Maybe I can give your feet a massage. Kick off some more Rankfall fanfic for you just to play over the top of my my over-exaggerated puns.
I think so. Yes. You know what? Is we should just sit down with a pipe and a monocle and just read like fanfic. That would be hilarious. Just like in a
Ladies and
serious
gentlemen,
voice as well.
It's time to bring you the latest edition in the Rankfall phenomenon. Here to join us once again with his ever so wonderful monocle. It is going to be Nightfall. Nightfall, why don't you take us down the Synapse lineup?
I can't do a voice like that. Damn it. In the solo lane, it's going to be Elucidator on Apollo. In the jungle will be Fonke on Bellona. Mid lane will be Agony on Agony. And our duo lane will be Theodore. No, I'm kidding. It's just Theodore. He's got that extra E. And then Hearts Go Boom will be Sylvanas and on her.
Yeah, and coming through from the side of Invidious on the left-hand side of your mini-map. Sorry, on the bottom-hand side of your mini-map, coming out of the order side of the map. It is going to be the wily Top-Notch, bringing us so wonderful plays on the Odin from the solo lane. Buddying up with him and a hammer will be Freemason's Thor in the jungle. Just Rogue will be terrifyingly beautiful in that mid lane on the Scylla. And what a wonderful display of rock art we are going to see out of Nitcrick on the cab. And finally, Rana Barana is going to teach us finally how properly to go hunting with the Ewell.
Your British accent is way better than my American accent, although I have to one-up you here. In the mid lane is gonna be Just Rogue, and he is one man, one lane. What will he do next? Let's find out. So, yeah, let's find out what he does.
One girl,
that
one
was
lane.
that was my movie trailer voice. I hope I did well. But your British accent was way better.
One mid camp.
One mid lane. Two members.
Bellona
What will happen?
and Agni think that they might have this one on lock. Thor doesn't even think twice about contesting. What will happen in 3 minutes? When that camp respawns, you'll have to keep watching to find out.
Let's find
Anyway,
out.
probably on to some gaming-related stuff at this point.
This is how we get through the early game. When nothing happens, we just do accents. This is, well, we literally just came up with this right now. Aren't we so clever?
I think we over-accentuated it this time, though.
Please. So, yeah, everything's standard, except for the solo lane where Elucidator is Apollo. We'll have to see how that one goes, because, like we mentioned in the pick and ban, the only way Elucidator can get out of a ring of spears from Top-Notch is that across the skies. So, if Top-Notch does have the level advantage, which in this case he does. Well, no, he doesn't. He's got the XP advantage. If he hits level 5, Elucidator is going to be stuck in there. The only way he can try to dodge out is that Mesmerize and the moves trying to get away. But yeah, he's going to be stuck in there.
Well, something I like to point out in this game is the drafting phase, right? Let's relive our drafting phase. Yeah, we didn't see the second round of bans. We get them. We actually get them. Athena was banned away in the second round by Invidious, and I'm missing one from Synapse. So I think
they timed out. They didn't ban
I am going to say that they did
yeah.
their ban in text, and something happened in client. So they managed it, they got it through. We're not going to be able, again, to mention that or discuss it at any length in this game. But let's talk about the draft from Invidious. And I know we've been focusing a lot on this, and I know that these are the guys that I work with, but there's a very good reason I'm going to be focusing on it right now. What is this meta? How many OP gods are there? There's Ratatoska. If Ratatoska is not banned, you have to ban Fenris so that you can get Ratatoska. There's Athena, there's Sylvanas, there's Loki, there's Alquang, there's Giannis, there's Agni, there's Poseidon, there's Hunters, probably not some bans, maybe Aneath. Hercules in the solos making a little bit of a resurgence. We did see some Kali play. We saw some Aphrodite play at some point as well. There are so many gods to ban right now. Scylla, not on that list. Odin, not on that list. Thor, for the first time in a long time, also not on that list, but Geb is. So what is the one thing that you're going to ban if you're playing against this Invidious roster without giving them a free pick? Because they're going to see a slam on the right-hand side out towards Elucidator. He did get the Mez, and he is going to get out by a sliver. He slivered away there. Well, he's not Medusa, unfortunately, but he did his best impression to get out of that one.
And the one thing that could have got him out, it did.
We discussed it.
Yeah. Yep, and
Anyway,
that will be on cooldown now, so if Freemason ever wants to go back to that lane, he definitely can.
Can I just finish up touching what I was doing on
Sure.
the draft?
Sure.
So, what do you ban away against this Invidious roster? You ban any of this comp away, they've got first pick. You don't ban Alquang, taken, done. And that can go to Freemason, that can, I hope, go to top notch. I hope, again, his playstyle is not assassin-based, he likes more of a brawler sort of lane, doesn't really like to play mages, you know, plays something more like an Odin, something... have we seen Hercules from him? I feel like we have. Tyr, that's sort of his playstyle, right? He wants to be in there brawling all the time. Don't think he plays assassins well, but if they pick Alquang up, it can potentially go that way. That's the problem with this roster and this draft for Synapse, is there's so many threats that they have to ban. One of them away, it has to be Geb, and if they ban Geb, I feel like they just pick up Ymir anyway.
Yeah, it's basically, how would you put it? The best comp you can get without using any of the OP picks. Which is interesting, because it's so difficult to ban it away. Like you mentioned, yeah. It's very, very interesting. I want to see how someone would counter it. Like how Synapse, what can they do against it? Because they played against it last game.
They just picked the Apollo away from it, right? Synapse tried. They're like, okay, we're not going to ban anything from this comp. We're going to pick Apollo. We're going to pick Bologna. Yeah, let's roll with that. It's risky because Orla can get around the Bologna, and I think that's why that they did opt for the All here instead of Ram.
Yeah,
that Orla can counter out that Bologna, and he's still mobile. He can kite for himself. His DPS is still quite high. Anhur was already on the table. No, Anhur was not on the table. Okay, never mind. Let's not talk about that.
Killing the right lane. That was first
Netcrick though. Oh, an Elucidator. 3-man. What did they tell you? What did they tell you?
I forgot.
Three-man roaming gank squad.
Oh, I'm a monster down in the mid lane. There was a Eagles rally there as well. That was just a turnaround from Invidious. Yeah, missed that one, but no one goes down. Miftu respawn on the left lane there. And left lane, left side. Apologies, as Netcrick will secure those ones. Agony versus Rogue. This is interesting. Oh, a lot of damage coming through from the rain fire, and that's the of Agony coming through. It's so difficult to say that. It's so difficult. Oh my word.
I'm not expecting
anyway.
Scylla to win this portion of the lane by no measure.
Oh,
Boom, though, is going to get the 1v1 off on Rana Barana. Rana's only level 9, so he's got
solo lane. Freemason does the kill onto Fonk.
Freemason gets the slam on the right-hand side, and he will thank you, ma'am, as he gets one kill. They're looking for the second one. Elucidator's in trouble. Freemason says, have a hammer to the face. It's hammer time, baby! And he certainly ruined Elucidator's day.
Oh, and now Theodore is looking for the kill. He's gonna get it. He's got the whiffs. No, does he have it? One more basic attack will secure it onto Notch. He'll go down. Very nicely secured. So 3-2 in favor of Invidious, but Synapse not as far as behind as they were last game. They did well. There was a nice dive by Invidious though on the right hand side. Beautiful solo out by Heartscope Boom against Rana Barada in that duo lane though.
This is what's crying out from this comp as well, is that Invidious have played it so many times. So not only do they know the gods, they know exactly how much damage they can put out, they know exactly when the power spikes are. Look at how little they're focusing on ganking for just Rogue in the mid lane. I think hitting about level 13, they'll just go, boom, we're gonna gank for him.
Would you say their hearts will go boom?
Sorry?
Would you say their hearts will go boom?
There's no
Cupid, but because hearts go boom. I'm gonna leave the puns to you. That's your job.
Yeah. You can just provide other flavor. That's what I'm feeling for you.
I'll sit back my New Zealand accent and hopefully people will like it.
I do. I like it.
Really?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I don't know why people like it. It's such a funny voice. New Zealand accents is so boring. Oh, Amble of Dawn in the left lane.
Anyway, Freemason's going to land down on the left-hand side, and the Berserker Barrage has gone on. Heartscope Boom waited for the Desert Fury to wear off before slamming down the wall, and that gives Rana Barana a kill. He's online now. He's got one going. Bladed Arrow and Hail of Arrows absolutely maxed out, so he is now just going to start ramping up in power. His wave clear is 100% online. He is looking good.
He's only going to get stronger from here. That's something that they have on top of Synapse is Anher, while strong in the early game, not as good as an Ulla in the late game. Mainly because of that stun. It's much harder for Heartscope Boom to land the stun because it has to be an impale into a wall, whereas Rana Barana, while the axe is still difficult to hit, it's still, as long as it hits, that's a straight stun. Hearts will have a little bit of a hard time against Rana going into this late game, but again, it's the setup from Invidious and how they play around that compared to Synapse's. They've got Sylvanas, which is awesome. Their setup is also really good with Fonke on Bologna and that Sylvanas as well, so they definitely have more of a chance. Cataclysm over there in the right lane. I'm a Monster did go down as well. There's Top Notch with the lunge and the bird bomb.
Raven Shout, yeah.
That's the one.
And they're going to get this, but they're going to trade it out for the Gold Fury. They don't quite know what's going on right now, but they will have a fair idea. Trying to burn through it. The Gold Fury's at 2k at this point, down to just over 1k. It's just a minute there looking for it. Invidious, the steal from Freemason. Take a double tap to the face. And Mjolnir's Entombment indeed from Freemason steals it away. And the only advantage that Synapse could make out of that, they lost in less than a second.
That was, oh my word, that was beautiful from Freemason, and that was a good attempt by Synapse, but unfortunately they had it stolen. If they did secure it, they'd be back in this one, but beautiful from Freemason. That was absolutely amazing. I've never seen it stolen by a Mjolnir's Entombment before, but that's something in this meta is because of Hog being nerfed. It's more exciting for the spectators seeing, oh, there's a steal coming through and you can make more clutch plays, and that is what everyone likes to see. It makes it more risky to take a Gold Fury as well.
But it also means less Gold Furies in the early game and less snowballing advantages purely based off objectives. Now it's centralized in the mid camps and it's a heck of a lot slower.
Indeed. So looks like a little bit of a rotation coming out from Freemason. He's channeling that Amble of Dawn. He's going to go down on Elucidator, but Elucidator already channeled that across the skies, and he got the hell out of dodge right away. And a little bit of aggression down onto just Rogue. He comes up, grab from Theodore, not going to land. There's a split push from Rana, but Heartscope Boom will be there to stop that.
Let's
take a look at the builds.
I mean, let's talk about these builds right now. Heartscope Boom, why is he picking up Transcendence RC? Because he's looking for that early spike. Rana, why is he... Oh, Blink behind from Heartscope Boom, and AD Carry has picked up Blink, and it was successful from Heartscope Boom. He's burned his Desert Fury. He's got nothing left. No, they're now Nightfall. That's the problem. And he's forced to have 2 more team members rotate in to try and kill this. That's a lot burned just to pick up Rana, and Top Notch is TP'd.
Yeah, and here's Nitcrick and just Rogue with Top Notch trying to secure a kill. Agony in the Ring of Spears going to be taken down. There's another stack for Top Notch in his passive. There's a Cataclysm. Wrath of Tira does go down as well. Just Rogue with an I'm a Monster going to land down onto Fonke. And then more damage down onto Theodore. They're going to dive the tower. Secures the double kill with the crush, and Heartscope Boom is on the backside there. Amble of Dawn was casted but not going to land onto Hearts, and now they're regressing towards this tier 1 tower, and it looks like Invidious, as soon as that minion wave does go in, they'll secure that tower.
Alright, so let's chat about these Hunter builds again. I know we did it a lot last game, but we're going to do it here again. And this one is picked out specifically by the gods that they're playing. Bull has huge mana problems early in the lane. Insane. He struggles to clear without a Transcendence. So he's kind of forced to go down that route. And the reason that Heartscope Boom is going for this route, early power, early pen, early big hitting plays is what he's after. And RC provides that straight up. You don't get the passive from an Echo Val off his ultimate in Desert Fury, so he's forced to go for this. Blink mid lane. Looking for plays in the mid lane.
Oh, Fonke does take down just Rogue. That's the I'm a Monster now down. That's a lot of damage for Invidious down and now Synapse are pressuring this mid lane, and the grab not gonna land from Theodore, not gonna land 2 from 2, and Ranbarana is here now. They can fight if they want, but they're not going to opt to. That mid lane tower just on a breath of health away from Invidious taking that one.
And watch Ranbarana, he will walk up here and he will shove out this wave, and the minions will do all the breathing on that tower that he needs it to. Inside mid camp just picked up by Fonky. But let's talk about the graphs at this point in time, Nightfall, because they're starting to snowball one way once again.
Yeah, and I think it's because of that Gold Fury steal, mainly. It put them much further ahead than they already were. Invidious 5.7k XP, 4k gold, and now they're gonna extend that lead as they're gonna push down this mid lane tower. Eventually, probably in the next 30 seconds, yeah, that mid lane, will it go down? I really want to see if the minions can secure this. No, they won't. There's 3 enemies there.
We're gonna certainly try. It's gonna live. Another wave. Another wave. It will live. But look at the 3 rotating towards the right-hand side. They're going to steal away a mana buff. Then Top Notch is going to grab himself a minion wave. And they're going to prep a double wave here on this right-hand side from the side of Invidious. And they're going to get a huge shove onto this minion wave. Huge shove onto this right-hand side tower. And that'll allow them to pressure the map wherever they want. They get the mid lane tower. Next thing is, who are they going to look to kill?
I think Agony will be the main target because he can't get out of the Ring of Spears. He's got that Path of Flames, but other than that, he's gonna be stuck inside it. The Path of Flames, only a dash. It can't get him out. It's not a jump. It will deal damage, however. Fonke takes a lot of damage from that crush. There's Ammonia's Attunement doing massive damage, forces a defensive Eagles rally. I'm a monster through the wall, will secure the kill. Can he find any more damage? Anvil of Dawn is charged up. There is Harsco Boom, he gets hit, 700 damage through from Just Rogue. There's the disengage from Theodore with the Wrath of Terra. Harsco Boom is gonna live, but he'll sacrifice himself. Just Rogue now is... how many kills does he have? 4 and 1, that's huge. Net Crick secures a kill onto Agony, and that's 5 men of Invidious pressuring that tier 2 tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to shove it down nice and hard, get this one done and dusted and dealt with, and then I feel like they'll run straight in the direction of a Gold Fury because respawn timers are a little bit low to go through Phoenix. Not even going to commit to it. That's a long time. Or Runner's going to go off that way. The trouble here is that Synapse shoved down mid lane and then immediately turn and burn on towards Fire Giant. Why? Apollo and her double hunter. What does it excel at? It excels at quick Fire Giants. What also excels at quick Fire Giants is Fonke on the Bologna, and Sylvanas, his healing is not tempered by the fire that I'm going to say. I'm going to say that half-heartedly. I feel it's just lifesteal. It's just lifesteal. Just running through it in my head.
Lifesteal. Yeah, it's only lifesteal that stops. That is 50%. 50%. See, this is why I need to read a dictionary and a thesaurus. I'll add dictionary to the list of things I need to read.
Shall I buy you a dictionary for your birthday?
Or a thesaurus? Which one? An Australian one is wrong. We speak Kiwi here.
I can tell you right now, Jandals is not in that dictionary.
Jandals is a word. We don't call them thongs. Thongs are completely different. Oh. For those of you who don't know...
Ask an American what the hell flip-flops are.
Flip-flops. Let's just call it by something that it makes the noise of. It goes flip-flop when you walk. It's called flips. Easy as. I mean, their naming conventions are pretty standard.
I'm not going to mention what I was thinking. Anyway,
alrighty.
Another story to talk about for another day, I think. Let's dodge away from that one. That didn't happen.
It looks like Invidious are going towards this left lane instead of the right lane where that Fire Giant is. God Fury's down, so I think going for that Fire Giant side would be a bit better. Only or the blink in on towards Harsco Boom, and as well from Top Notch Cataclysm and Ring of Spears down. There's the I'm a Monster not gonna secure a kill. Actually, it does, and that's gonna be a reset. Gonna hit 2 more people of the side of Synapse, and will that be a secured kill? Fonke's doing his bit to live under tower. Just Rogue does secure a kill. The only person alive is Elucidator, and he's split pushing in the right lane. And Invidious,
he has to though.
Winning these team
he
fights.
He can't come base, and he knows it. And Top Notch is just gonna TP over and just eliminates the split push. It's gone. It's not even an option anymore. Now he has to base. They already lose the tier 2 on this left-hand side. And guess what? That's a Phoenix. If they get this Phoenix on the left-hand side, that is Fire Giant secured. They win the game. I just say, like, straight out, if they get this Phoenix, I think that's game.
Oh, Elucidator taking extremely low blink through from Nitcrit. Can he secure the kill? He's gonna look great. He doesn't have the Cataclysm.
He's on zoning duty.
Does he
that's
have
all he
it?
wants to do.
Oh, the shockwave is not going to be enough to secure it. He's got the Gibbs shield. There's that across the skies. Elucidator going very, very aggressive. He gets stunned up by Rana Barana, and this is the disengage from Invidious now. They have to get out. That way no one dies, and a Fire Giant comes through from Synapse. Just Rogue taken extremely low. The Rainfire from Agony will secure that one. That's a lot of damage taken away from Invidious. What can Synapse do now, though? The across the skies is on
left-hand lane. They have to shove this left-hand lane. They let that get on towards their Titan, and as soon as Invidious respawn, will barrel down the right-hand side of the map, secure themselves a Fire Giant, and then they'll walk through the remainder of the base. There's one tower standing again. We're 20 minutes in, and there's one tower standing. This is not the same Invidious we saw. I mean, everyone on this Invidious lineup is identical to what we saw last week. Cataclysm in the mid lane trying to...
Oh, and there is the Anvil of Dawn. Freemason secures a kill onto Fonke in the Ring of Spears. Top Notch with the bomb will secure another kill onto Elucidator. Jump up from Hearts Go Boom. He's trying to pick up Rana Barana, but it's a 3v1 situation. Freemason now with the double kill, and 3 for nothing, or 3 for just Rogue. No, he was still on respawn from that last fight. 18-5. So 20 minutes into this game, and Invidious barreling down this mid lane. Only 2 people can defend, and Agony's in the left lane. They've got to secure this Phoenix. They don't have enough wave clear on the side of Theodore.
You know what that was? That was Agony forced to deal with fire minions, and now they're already on towards this mid tower. Look at Rana Barana just beat through it. It's gone. It's gone. All they have to do is back up, secure Fire Giant. They're probably going to base here, top up, get items completed. Look at the gold. Let's take a look at the gold in hand on the game stats right now. Gold in hand, 2.4k on Nitcrit, and that's important. He needs to get tanky. Look at the gold on Top Notch as well, 2300, and he has got a sliver of health bar remaining. Look at Rana Barana. Obviously, the base had just gone through from Just Rogue, but Freemason up there above a K as well. They've got so many items they can go back and just put in their inventory. All of a sudden, it's so damn hard for Synapse to get back in the game. And look at Agony as well. Look at his build path. Chronos Pendant. He's into a Book of Thoth. He's got no penetration online. The Book of Thoth is halfway stacked. This one is done, sold, all over. Give this one to the highest bidder on Invidious.
I like the way you worded that. So I like the play from Just in the solo lane. There's the Ring of Spears down onto Elucidator. Does he have the across the skies? No, he doesn't. He does have a Beats though. Nice Miz. Shockwave's not gonna land. And the Anvil of Dawn actually casted there. Freemason does secure a kill. I'm a Monster is Just Rogue. He's gonna land onto Theodore. There's a Cataclysm to stun him up. Oh, and here's Bonke with an Eagles Rally. Not going to stun up anyone, but a lot of damage does come through from the Rainfire from Agony. The grab not going to land. Theodore, it doesn't look like he's landed one this game. Might be the nerves on his debut in Pro League. And now the siege from Invidious on towards this tier 2 tower in the right lane. And at any point, they could just break off, go to that Fire Giant, and look at this. Rana Barana securing that Gold Fury.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's all but over. Invidious are just playing with the map right now. Look at the minions pouring into the Titan. Look at them. Yeah, the pings come out. Agony is forced to go base. He will get some more stacks for that Book of Thoth. But there are 3 members on the right-hand side of the map already from Invidious, and look at what they're able to do.
Rana Barana gonna secure that one. He's now 2-8. Anvil of Dawn being charged up by Freemason. Who's he gonna go down on? It looks like Hearts Go Boom, and yes, it will be. That's the 80 carry. 1 of 2 taken down. 22-5 in favor of Invidious. That's the 3rd Phoenix going down as the first one now respawns. It's going to be weak though. Elucidator and Agony are the only ones left to try and defend against all of Invidious.
It's time for an Invidious throw at Fire Giant. That's what it's not Fire Giant at Titan. They're not going to be able to successfully throw at Titan this time around, and they will confirm it with the left-hand Phoenix still managing to go down. Good job there. Look at Invidious. Look at Invidious. Look how confident they're coming out. And again, they've only showed one composition night for one composition. The key word for me from Synapse, they not once had any confidence in their abilities, and they should have. They're in the Pro League for a reason. Play like you deserve to be here.
And just Synapse played so well. I mean, like you mentioned, it was the same comp. They say they played the exact same comp except for the 80 carry twice in 2 games, and it worked. I mean, Freemason, 6-0 and 13. He didn't die at all in this set. His KDA for this week is just going to go through the roof. He was in 19 of 22 possible kills, and last game he was in 13 of 14 possible kills. His kill participation is going to go through the roof as well. I think he deserves #1 MVP this week.
I 100% agree. Look, wait, oh man, could you imagine his KDA at the end of the week as well? It is going to be insane.
It's going to be interesting to see the end of the stats after this week.
It's just going to be insane, off the charts, not quite off the charts. That's an old team who we have been talking about. Anyway, Just Rogue as well. He played insanely well. Quiet achiever from him. He was on Cellar. Yeah, he did land the big ults to set up kills, but it was the quiet achiever. His player damage was top of the charts in the first game, barely falling to Freemason in the second game. I guarantee if you combined both sets of player damage, he would be on top.
Just Rogue builds the exact same build every game. He goes Bancroft's Talon and he goes Magi's Boots. He finishes Bancroft's Talon before even starting Boots. That's interesting. And then he gets the tier 2 Obsidian Shard and then gets Rod. It's
because what does the Bancroft do? It gets him through lane.
It does.
It gets him through lane.
And then while he's taken down in HP, it'll increase his magical power, only increasing the amount of damage that I'm a Monster is going to deal, because the scaling on that is stupid and deals massive amounts of damage. So it's interesting.
It also vamps him for more and increases his wave clear. So whilst ever he's taking the creeps, which he does early on to clear the wave, he boosts his wave clear. It is such a strong item on Scylla. Anyway,
so he's #2
do we award
MVP.
Just Rogue second place?
Yeah, I agree.
Freemason 1, Just Rogue 2nd place. Now we're looking for a 3rd place MVP, and I think it's very hard to go past Top Notch. Nick Crick and Top Notch, I think, have got to be the 2 on it.
Yeah, while Runner did really well, it's between Nick Crick and Top Notch, and I'm not sure which. Let's take a look at the stats. Let's see more awards, because vision control is very strong. Okay, Top Notch. I think let's give it to him. Because
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Nick Crick is on the Guardian, and Top Notch outwards him. That right there is how you win the game. And we did take a look at the map vision in that first game as well, and it was so strong from Invidious. It was the line of wards. It was like, all right, we're gonna take a line of wards on the way out from our last objective. We're gonna set up and secure for our next objective before we come in. And then they come in, they circle around it, they wall it off, they engage on anyone that tries to defend it, and then they shove the objective down. It was just clean the entire way through, and I really like the fact that these guys have now been able to sit around and settle with a lot more stable roster now that Nick Crick's come in. They have not changed their roster. They stay this way for the rest of the Pro League, they might have a crack at the top 4. They might have an outside shot, I will give you that, but I do think they've got a very, very slim chance of getting in there.
So guys, that will be the end of this week of the Pro League, but don't fret, we'll be back here next week with week #3. Remember that with the fantasy points, the season ticket, Oceania, is now on there. Don't forget, it will most likely be active tomorrow, as it includes next week's matches, so make sure that you vote on there. Make sure you get free fantasy points. Well, not free, I mean, you still have to bet and guess the correct outcome. Make sure you get onto those. It's only 300 gems. It's like the best value in Smite to date. So make sure you get onto that. Any last words from you, Ranconius, before we head on out?
We're very much going to try and sit down and put out a couple of things this week for you. #1, Husey, once again, keep your eyes out for his blog on Thursdays. He is going to be giving you the lowdown why he thinks each team is going to be winning their individual matchups this week around. Yourself and I are going to, tomorrow morning, we're going to get up and we're going to try and put together a pick'em for next weekend of the Australian Pro League. We're going to look to focus to do that as well for all the regions to make sure that you guys have got the utmost chance of getting all of those fantasy points, getting yourself into some sweet free swag. Who doesn't love free swag? That's going to be coming up from us. Podcast, I think Tuesday as well.
Tuesday, yeah, we're going to head for that. We'll see if we can get some pros from this week on there, and we'll have a chat with them.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to join, so you guys have an absolute blast. And then, once again, next weekend, Australian Eastern Standard Time, 6 PM, will be the starting time coming through week 3 matches. Let's run through quickly what we're going to have for you. As soon as my browser loads up, I'll have them all up for you. Avant-Garde versus Invidious, Law Gaming versus Team Kamikaze, Synapse Gaming up against the Chiefs, and Direwolves versus Ivory Gaming. If there is going to be a match of the week, I think the closest thing we're going to have a match of the week is probably going to be Avant-Garde versus Invidious. This is Invidious' big chance to shine and stand out. They're up against it, but they've got an outside shot.
And it'll be very, very interesting to see. All of that will be right here on TeamDownTV2. Make sure you hit that follow button, like Rank said. It'll be 6 PM AEST, Australian Eastern Standard Time, right here. And you can check out the VODs on the past broadcasts, the highlights, and the YouTube channel of TeamDownTV. Make sure you subscribe there as well. Thank you all very much for watching from myself, Ranconius Husey, and our production guy, Cyanide. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you all next week.